My name is Elizabeth Mpofu, a small-scale farm, a woman farmer practicing agroecology. I am also the founding member of Zimbabwe Smallholder Organic Farmers Forum, which is also a member of La Via Campesina, a global peace and movement, which consists of about 180 small-scale farmer organizations, indigenous farmers, the landless people, and the majority of whom are the youth and young women across the globe, covering almost 86 countries. Right now we are at the Agroecology School at Shashe, and here I am at Mpofu Center of Excellence. When we started, we were very few, we were only 15, but then towards the climate crisis, many communities came and also joined us on the agroecology school. So we are talking of about 300 families when we are talking about the actual members.
My name is Nelson Mudzingwa. I'm a smallholder farmer in the Shashe block of farms, where we have the Shashe Agroecology School. I'm a member also to the central cluster that is part of the Zimbabwe Smallholder Organic Farmers Forum, where I act as national coordinator for the organization. In the Shashe Agroecology School, we have 12 families who are occupying 184 hectares, and each family has got what we call a center of excellence. And within the center of excellence, it is where we are demonstrating and showcasing many of the practices that we relate to our local processes of producing food and at the same time managing our environment.
Food sovereignty, if I can just briefly explain about the difference of food sovereignty and food security. When we grew up, we were just hearing the issue of food security, which means we just need abundance of food, not necessarily taking consideration where it is produced, how it is produced. Now, with food sovereignty, this means you are in control of your own food production systems. You can also decide on how you really want to produce the food. This is food sovereignty. We don't really necessarily encourage food security. That is why we are really fighting for food sovereignty. We want to produce our own, using our own natural resources, what is surrounding us, and making decisions on how we really want to produce, apart from food security, where we are just being given some food aid which are not really healthy to the people, which are not really, we don't know what they can cause to the healthy system, and we are experiencing so many diseases due to consumption of different foods which come as food aid in our country. So food sovereignty, you are the one who makes decision what to grow and how you want to grow. We produce our own indigenous seeds, making use of our own traditional norms and values.
I inherited the type of the food that I'm eating from my parents, and it's what they have also inherited from the past generations. Seed has become one of the core elements of our food systems. Without seed, you cannot produce food, and without seed, you are not able even to generate any form of livelihood, especially being a smallholder farmer like myself. And we have given lots of values over recovering all the local seed diversity, because that's where we're getting lots of the nutrition that we require at the present moment. We need to eat healthy food. So healthy food is only out of the diverse seed resources that have been grown by our forefathers long before. Over the years, we have been talking about endogenous agriculture, that is agriculture that we spawn from ourselves, where we celebrate agriculture as part of our life. Along the way, we also adopted the alternative to climate mitigation, which is what is termed agroecology, and which for us is almost like ourselves, and it is the art that we survive on. Like on our farm here, we have lots of different kind of designs that have been put into place to provide some services that we might require.
This is our garden. In our garden, the most important emphasis that is here is on land design. Why land design? To help us capture all the runoff that might come along. Suppose it's raining into this garden. And the land design is what we call keyhole beds. The keyhole beds are most like locked like bricks and draining into the tree. So we have integrated vegetables with fruit trees, which here in technical terms we are talking of agroforestry, where we introduce trees into crops. And the trees that are growing here are all citrus trees. We have nutches and we have oranges. We have almost like 42 trees growing here. The holes that we're doing are what we call micro basins. They are dug, given a shape so that they collect as much water as possible. For each hole, we are adding, after a week, 5 liters of water, and that 5 liters of water, we expect it to keep our crop growing well, even during the time that we're entering of very high temperatures. That is not going to be a problem to us. We have also integrated into this maize plot runners like the pumpkins, watermelons, cucumbers, cowpeas, so much that we provide a live mulch, not a dead mulch. Here we have fish ponds. Fish ponds that have been designed using just local resources, the stones and plastic. What we have just bought here is just the polythene plastic, but we have stones, we have soil. The stones were just collected from the holes that were dug here, and the soil also. And we just put the polythene plastic so that we can contain the water. We bring back the whole discussion about agroecology on the value of water to the system, because without water you cannot do any other activity, and without water ourselves cannot function well, because we have many uses that we have to derive from water.
When we're going into the debate about climate change, we're not looking at very simple matters here. We're looking at us participating more on how to manage the water cycle, how to manage the nutrient cycle, how to manage the energy cycle, as well as managing succession, so that at least we have a balanced ecosystem. We believe it is a movement that is connecting different people in many different communities. They cannot survive in isolation. They would like to connect for them to be able to participate meaningfully and effectively in the politics about food systems, where there is that control that could be there to make us depend on what we don't believe could be the nutrition that we require. To us, agroecology is art. To us, agroecology is a tool that we use to mobilize others to feel that they should grow their own food, they should grow what they have to eat, they should develop their local economies, and to us, agroecology is a science.